Hello, in the next few videos I am going to introduce you to some of the basic concepts that form the foundation of the Mindability program, and these are really captured in what I call the 3 R's of Performance Enhancement. The 3 R's are really just a shorthand or a model for us to be able to break down different components of psychological functioning, which for a client means that when it comes to assessment or identifying what areas they want to work with, it makes it easier to have that conversation about where perhaps they think their greatest challenges are or what areas they think they need to work on best. Firstly though, I want to talk about some assumptions about the program, and the main assumption is that the relationship between the mind and body is intimately related. We're talking about not really two separate systems, but one system that works in two different ways. So, for example, when the body has an insult to it, so we have an injury, say for example when we're playing football, then the way that we think about that, the way that we deal with that, will impact on the healing process. In the same way, the way we think, the way that we contemplate or approach our life every day will have an impact on the body. So if you are more positive generally, then that's a really good place to start in terms of what your physical capabilities are. For those with more negative attitudes or more negative thought patterns, then that will have a negative impact on health. So it's really important that when you listen to these videos, you understand that you have to accept that these two systems work hand in hand. So that the outcome of that is really that there's something that you can do in order to improve both your physical outcomes and your psychological outcomes. If you assume that the two are separate, then it means that during a healing process, so if you have an injury for example, there isn't much you can do in terms of how you think about or feel or approach the healing process or your recovery process. But if you assume that actually the way that you think about it, the way that you perceive it is as important as the physiotherapy, then that means you've got an additional component to your healing process, and that can only be a good thing in the long run for you. So in the next few videos I'm going to break down into the 3 different R's, and we're going to look at mental resilience, physical robustness and emotional readiness. Now these 3 components are all as important as each other, but in all of that, bear in mind the assumption is that we're talking about mental and physical systems that work together. Okay, thank you.